All right, let's get to the linebackers. Marty, we got, of course, Dom DeLuca had the type game against SMU that defenders just dream of. Pick six, plus just a remarkable catch that he made on another pick down at the goal line to deny SMU. How does the rest of the linebacking core set up?
Yeah, to go back to that SMU game, Tony Rojas, the other linebacker, who had the pick six in that game. He is in line, I think, to have a really big season for Penn State this year. You're not going to see much of him in the spring. He had off-season shoulder surgery, so they're going to take it easy. And last year, there were some issues with Rojas and missed tackles, and a lot of that stemmed back to that shoulder issue. There's no denying his athletic ability. Former 5-star recruit. He's a guy that, they beat Georgia out for in the recruitment. Georgia wanted him. Like, this wasn't I had Georgia hat on the table. No, they were fought tooth and nail Georgia to land him. So I think Rojas is going to be the big name to watch there. I think he's in line for a huge year for Penn State. You mentioned DeLuca. DeLuca is going to see a lot of reps there as well, opposite of Rojas. I think, they've really moved towards the 4-2-5 in recent years, but especially in Jim Knowles now, you're going to see a lot of just those two linebacker sets. Keon Wiley, another name to watch. He's going to be a redshirt junior now out of Philadelphia. He was a high school teammate of Anai White, who I mentioned before. And like I said, when White was in high school, he was the 5-star recruit, but a lot of people would tell you the best pure football player in Philadelphia that cycle was Keon Wiley. And I think Wiley would have seen a decent amount of playing time last year, but he suffered a torn ACL. Wiley's going to get a lot of reps this spring. I think Wiley's a guy who could make an impact as a box linebacker. He probably can make an impact as a pass rusher as well, which I think makes Penn State feel a little bit better about the defensive end situation, knowing they can bring Wiley off the edge as a pass rusher, blitzing. So that's another name to watch at linebacker. And then some other young guys, Tamir Robinson and Anthony Specker. Robinson will be a redshirt sophomore, Specker redshirt freshman, both from Pittsburgh. Both guys the staff is very high on. Specker comes from Pittsburgh Central Catholic, which is one of the best programs, not just in the state of Pennsylvania, but the Northeast in general. And Central Catholic's kind of known for having their kids get to college and being a little bit more game ready than a lot of other high school programs in the Northeast. So two other names to watch at linebacker. So I think at linebacker this year, like I said, you're not going to see a lot of different names on the field, largely because of the type of defense Jim Knowles wants to run. But Rojas, Dom DeLuca, Keon Wiley, probably the three main guys to watch. I mentioned Robinson and Anthony Speck. And I wouldn't sleep on Dakari Nelson either. Redshirt sophomore out of Alabama, big kid, super athletic. Actually started last year against Illinois because, against Brett Bielema, you're going to have a 3 linebacker set because you know what Brett wants to do. And he got to start in that game and played well, then got hurt a few weeks later, had to have off-season surgery. So he kind of got forgotten because of the injury, but that's another young name just to kind of stash away, if not this year, maybe a year down the road at linebacker for Penn State.
We take your calls Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time at the Voice of College Football on the main channel. Please give me a call as we, of course, are making our way through spring practice across the country.